No, we're not. Look, man, unlike you and Michael, we don't take pride in beating teams under 500. We just don't gloat over that like y'all. It's a win. Nobody in our starting unit played over 30 minutes. It's a W for us. In the end, it's good to get a W because we want to pile up as many wins as possible. But it's not this, oh, we're right back on track. We're rolling now. No, we still got some building to do. It was good to see that they were able to get a win and take care of business against a team that's not very good right now without Ja Morant. That's the way that I look at it. I'm not about to jump up and down. You're not going to see me celebrating and running around as if it's a ticker tape parade that's getting ready to go on in a couple months. No, that's not the case. I'm glad that they played the way they played. I'm glad they did what they did. But I also look at the reality of it. It was the Memphis Grizzlies, man.
Look.
It was the Memphis, much like I try to tell them, Richard, it was the Giants. It was the Patriots. Be honest with yourself and you'll be okay. And that's what I have to be, is I have to be honest with myself. This was not a win over Denver. This was not a win over Phoenix or Golden State or Boston 100%. Or the 76ers. This was a win over the Grizzlies.
Hey, look, Key, I understand what you're saying. And we got 17 banners hanging. We got to, this is a win we expected to win. But I've been watching the Lakers for a very, very long time, my whole life. Eldon Campbell, Vlade Divac, Nick Van Exel. The last couple years, the gimme games weren't gimmies.
No.
And they haven't been gimmies. So I was very excited, not for the win and how convincing it was, but because the weakness of our team was the strength yesterday. We shot better from 3 than we did from 2. Yep. 62% from 3 on 35 shots. An NBA record. You telling me the team coming into this game with one of the lowest three-pointers made percentages in the league comes in and breaks a record for threes and sets the franchise record, ties the franchise record for three-pointers made. Rui Hachimura, 3 for 3. Wow. Austin Reeves, 4 for 4. I mean, you talked about the much maligned, we talked about Cam Reddish was 3 for 5. Cam Reddish in that corner is deadly now. Ever since he missed that one, the game winner where LeBron dished it out to him, made the right play and he missed, he has been lights out from three-point land. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited because LeBron didn't have to play heavy minutes, like Skip was saying early in the season when he was averaging 38 minutes a game. We got to rest him for majority of that second half because we got a back-to-back tonight versus a very good Kings team. And so I'd love to see our team improve. We played better. Jackson Hayes had a really solid game. The complementary pieces played well yesterday, and that's what we need to see more of.
Richard, I think Keyshawn was celebrating last night behind closed doors. He just doesn't want to admit it publicly. Am I right?
What am I celebrating? I understand what Richard is saying. Yes, they've lost to bad teams in the past, but they are a much better team this year. And to take care of business against the Grizzlies, I don't need to go down a long laundry list. Yeah, 62% from 3. That's great. I hate to bring up the Dallas Cowboys, but I have to in this situation.
You're obsessed with
They threw the ball all over the lot against the New York Giants. Are they going to do that against the Eagles and score touchdowns? Are they going to do that against the Niners?
They did in the fourth quarter.
Are they going to do that against Detroit? That's the way that I look at things. I look at it and say, hey, are the Lakers going to hit 62% against the Kings? Are people going to lag off on them and allow them to have shoot-around tonight? Are they going to have shoot-around tonight? And if that's the case, and they hit 62% or 60% or 55%, now I can get excited. But I can't get excited, manufacture fake excitement against the Memphis Grizzlies. I just can't do it.
So, Keyshawn, help me out. Because this was just the quote-unquote Giants, as in Memphis, because it wasn't Boston and it wasn't Phoenix and it wasn't Golden State. How do you explain LeBron's reaction after he made a second early 3? If we could see this, he made a second 3, and he looked pretty excited about it to me. I was actually watching the Clippers a little more carefully, but he makes that, and he's backpedaling. He's going crazy. He look at this. He's doing the
because the dude on the sideline
He's doing. I got ice in my veins.
But the dude on the court was talking smack all game long. The dude on the court was talking, but the guy on the court was talking smack to him. So he just letting him know. That's how I explain it.
Okay, but because when he did it, I'm like, LeBron, save it for somebody who matters. This team's 2-9.
No, he was talking. He was talking to the fans. He wasn't talking to the team.
Yeah.
Talking to the fans. Skip. Nice try, buddy.
It looked like he was showboating to me, Keyshawn.
I'm excited. I'm excited as a Laker fan. I don't know about y'all. D'Lo went 6 of 8 from 3.
That worked.
Played a really good game. Didn't have to play heavy minutes. He played. I think he might have played. Him and Austin Reeves might have played the most minutes, 27 and 29.
Yep.
But Austin Reeves is coming into his own. He's starting to look like he did in the playoffs. Everybody said he got the money, and he folded up, and he mailed it in. He was 16, 12, and 7. And so that's where I find solace. We have not been a great three-point shooting team regardless of who's out there. Shoot, I don't know if we was great in shoot-arounds at some days because it didn't matter if we were wide open or not. So I find confidence that LeBron was our 4th leading scorer in this game, played 23 minutes, and we won by 27 because the rest of the guys stepped up and played well.
So, Richard,
well,
are
the
you
great
concerned?
thing about Austin Reeves,
ahead.
though, is Austin Reeves, Skip, is in a position that he belongs in, which is coming off the bench. He belongs in that spot. Because we, as the Lakers, in my opinion, gave him too much too fast. And then he goes and he plays in the summer. He's probably better coming off the bench because ever since he's been coming off the bench, his game has changed.
Yeah, I hope so. But they started starting him in the playoffs last year, and it started to work. He measured up to it, right? That's why they gave him all that money.
But there's a different book out on him now than it was last playoffs.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you talk about you need a defensive guy next to D'Angelo Russell. And so when you got 2 offensive guards, who aren't going to, not that they're terrible on defense, but they're not stoppers. So when you need somebody stopped, you need somebody. Cam Reddish is the guy you're going to use to, hey, get in the corner, make threes, play a 3-and-D wing who's going to play defense on the opposing team's best guard or best wing, and that's what he's been, and I like that.
That guy is actually Jared Vanderbilt, who still has not been able to play yet for your Lakers with some kind of foot injury. All right, so, Richard, are you worried about fool's gold from 3 because you came into this game? You've been worst in the whole league for much of the year. You were barely 2nd worst in three-point shooting coming into this game to Charlotte, just a tick above Charlotte. And all of a sudden, you go crazy, as you just detailed, 22 of 35, 63%. Are you sure that's just not an aberration one-night wonder?
It could easily be, Skip. But I'll take an aberration. I'll take us not being terrible for a night because that's good. That percentage is going to increase. But what I like about this game the most, Skip, is that it gives the Lakers the confidence that when we have a team that is bad, we beat them bad. We are better than this team. We should show we are better than this team. And that's what we did. Hey, when you got open shots, knock down the open shots. And this is, like you said, without Jared Vanderbilt. And we are still playing those guys that we need to step up. Max Christie hit the last 3-pointer of the game. They stepped up in a big way, and they played really good minutes. So this is about building confidence and building championship winning habits. Even if it's against a bad team, you're building good habits. I want to see these habits against Sacramento tonight.
And remember, in that same building, did you watch Memphis lose in by 27 last night? They just beat the Clippers. They beat the Clippers in that same building, the same team. No Ja Morant. They beat them. I don't know how that happened, but
I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
Okay, up next, we got to talk Coach Prime. Deion says he is flat out committed to staying at Colorado. We react next. No mercy. No mercy. No mercy. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.